Everybody likes the cold start, right? So why not? Sounds great. These gloves, of course, they have to get broken in, so initially they're a little difficult to put on. Oh man, but they're nice and comfy and snug, which is exactly what you want out of a glove. You don't want a glove that's too large, because if you get into an agricultural experience or an accident, then those gloves will render themselves useless if they're too large. Look at that. I like it. This is a good feel and a good fit. Perfect. And so for my huge hands, I wear an extra large of these gloves. They actually match the bike pretty nicely too, huh? So yeah, I know a lot of folks complain about the sound of a dry clutch. I love it. I love that sound. I actually want to put a dry clutch on my M1000 RR, but I know that most viewers would hate it to the point that they would unsubscribe to my channel and never visit it again. Are you one of those people that would hate the sound of a dry clutch with an M1000 RR and thus banish me from, banish your eyeballs from ever viewing my content again? Let me know in the comments. I think it's sufficiently warm, so we'll give it a couple revs. Super deep sound. People ask me which sounds better, this wheelbarrow new style exhaust or the underbelly exhaust that I had on my 2019 Panigale V4 R, and I say this one. And some of my good buddies don't believe me, but it's one of those things that you actually have to hear it in person to actually understand and appreciate it. But we removed the noise canceling baffles out of them, so this thing is really nice and loud. I also like the way it looks compared to the underbelly exhaust as well. We're ready to roll. So I see a couple C8 Stingrays. I already know that they're not Z06s. They're in a row. They're coming down to the car show. Kind of making me regret that I didn't bring my my Z06. But let's check them out. There's a blue one, Rapid Blue. And orange. This must be a big deal. They've got the cops out to make sure there are no shenanigans at this event. Oh, they got us parking over here? Yeah, so I just talked to those two guys in the Stingrays. They're really cool young dudes in from Elyria, Ohio, and we're going to link up and do some car cruising on these filthy streets. But look, there are lots of cops there. They are making people park in an auxiliary lot down the road. I can't cut in between this traffic because of the cops, but I can tell you about these amazing Alpinestars gloves. They are absolutely outstanding, guys. I highly recommend them. They're a perfect hot weather glove. I know some folks don't like wearing gloves when it's super hot, but these are made from a fabric material in the outside, and so they are allowing my hands to breathe quite a bit compared to my leather gloves that I usually have. And they are super comfortable. A link to them is in the description of this video. Check them out. Also check out this beautiful car event. Yeah, so you can see this is a huge turnout, overflow parking all over the place. Big car meet here in the Cleveland area at Mr. Detail. Seeing some very nice vehicles here. But it's super hot, so I'm not gonna stay long. I'm gonna jump back on my Panigale V4 R and do some cruising. On my way to the bike, let's check out some of these awesome custom vehicles. You guys know what these things are. I don't, besides that's a 370Z convertible, looking pretty nice. And a Mustang 5.0. Another Mustang with an awesome forged carbon looking wrap on it. Tons and tons of people here. Everyone's having a great time. There's that NSX that I saw earlier with a frost white wrap on it. That thing sounds good too. And there's my good buddy with his 911R, I believe, right here. I'm gonna be doing some cruising with him real soon. Beautiful vehicle here. Awesome license plate. So yeah, you guys can see this place is absolutely packed. And why wouldn't it be? The weather's great, finally. You know I love those carbon fiber wings. Look at that massive exhaust. So in the last video, we talked about all these parts that Miami Manny from Motomillion put on this bike. And look, guys, frankly, without any double takes or redos or anything, the bike is freaking amazing, guys. These parts make this bike stand out even more than it did when it was stock. This bike, guys, does not deserve to have any plastic on it at all. None. And I want to swear so much because I'm so passionate about this, but the bike should not have any plastic on it whatsoever. Manny also wants to put a carbon fiber subframe on this bike. I'm totally fine with the subframe that's on it now. I had that carbon fiber full 6 subframe on my last bike, and it's great and all that, but I really like the different colors that Ducati is using now, the different reds and all that. And I like, you know, the fairings that are on the bike now. I don't mind just this very minimal amount of plastic being shown on the bike when everything else is beautiful carbon fiber. We talked about this. Manny from Motomillion put the beautiful carbon fiber piece there on the bottom. You know, the carbon fiber pieces that came with this expensive exhaust that Manny from Motomillion sells. Carbon fiber frame covers, the beautiful brake cooling ducts, front fender, the winglets were already carbon, but all of this carbon fiber that surrounds the gorgeous instrument cluster in the front of this motorcycle just to make it really nice. It's very similar to how the feeling you get when you ride the new M1000 RR, because of course it comes with carbon surrounding everything, and now this motorcycle has it as well. And when you look at it from the front and you see all of that beautiful carbon, it's just beautiful. I mean, it really, the colorways are working really greatly now on this bike. You don't have the magnesium stock fairing stay up here, so you don't see that magnesium right there. Instead, you see beautiful carbon fiber, and it's just absolutely awesome. These Rizoma turn signals, super bright and effective, And of course, the nickel-plated Brembo calipers front are amazing with the red bleeder valves, and we even have it in the back as well. So that is fantastic. Of course, you do have the fantastic Blackstone Tech, also known as BST, satin, carbon fiber, Rapid Tech wheels. They look amazing, but as I talked about in my vlog, I think one of the finest things about this machine is the exhaust and how it sounds with this beautiful wheelbarrow exhaust that is now absent. The decibel-killing inserts that our good buddy Kyle removed over at Ducati Cleveland. Big shout out to Ducati Cleveland. They did an amazing job on this bike. They got me in for service with Kyle very quickly, gave me a great price on this machine. They've been upfront and forward with me the whole time, giving me updates on the delivery process of this machine, and I couldn't be happier with working with that brand new Ducati dealership in the Cleveland area. So what better way to tell you about just how awesome the Panigale V4 R is, and how the quick shifts and auto grip are silky smooth now, than to take you on one of my favorite roads here in the filthy Cleveland area. And I must say, this bike is absolutely amazing. Quick shifts and auto grip, silky smooth, and the sound it makes when engaging, totally fantastic. I actually love this exhaust now that it's wheelbarrow style, and the exhaust is right under my head, and I can hear everything. And quite honestly, I like what I'm hearing. I'm hearing all sorts of melodies from the Akrapovic exhaust. What a fantastic machine. This bike is a lot better than my 2019 Panigale V4 R ever was. I am thoroughly pleased with it. Thoroughly pleased. All right. Now we're back closer to civilization. This bike is totally epic. Totally epic. Especially with all of the parts that Miami Manny installed himself.